is silly. And
but to the issue of the authority to change that, you know, the Vinaya comes down to us based on the authority that the Buddha made it. This was not made by a committee. This was the Buddha's wisdom injected into situations where mistakes happened.
Yeah, although he makes a big fuss about, except for the 4 major ones, that it's to be adapted to time and circumstance. And that's, for example, about the color of the robes. He said, in other countries, different colors will connote happiness and prosperity and liberation, and therefore you can switch the colors. But depending on what the people in the culture consider something happy, do you know what I mean? But you don't want to stick just to one color that will have different meanings in different cultures. And so there are in the Vinaya provisions for adapting to different situations. But in Theravada Vinaya, the Buddha begins refusing Bimbisara's request to create a set of strict authority rules. And he says, Buddhas never do that. We don't just sit down and just list the rules, and this is what everybody should do. It's like 2 extremes. On one extreme, he refuses Maudgalyayana, who says, look, forget this stupid India and all this corruption around here. I can take everybody with my magic power in the Sangha, and we can go to a Jewel Island, and we can all hang out there in a paradise, and then we can meditate, and there'll be no disruption. And Buddha says, never say that. Buddhas never run away into some sort of ideal state. They stay connected to the society, you know, and they go and beg their lunch, and they do this and that. So he rejects that. Then on the other hand, they say, well, then Bimbisara wants us to give a set of rules, you know, of our order. And he says, I don't do that. Buddhas never do that. What we do is, when some situation gets bad in the community and something goes wrong and people are upset, the laity or our monks, we sit down and we look at the case and we make an adjudication, and that becomes the basis of a rule.
So anyway, about the possibility of a visit of the Dalai Lama to His Holiness
Korea?
to Korea.
Oh, he would love to go to Korea. It isn't a political thing. Anyway, he's not against China. The Dalai Lama likes China. He's totally pro-China. And Korea is a great Buddhist country, and beautiful monasteries where you studied. I've never seen them, but I've seen pictures.
You've never been to Korea?
I have been to Korea, only to Seoul, you know, to some
conference.
Yeah, some conference at Dongguk, and then airport, you know, going to Mongolia. That's all. And I know those I've seen pictures. They're fantastic.
Yeah,
and I'd love to go and see them. You know.
Really, they keep the real Zen tradition. You know, 3 months in the winter. 3 months in the summer. Lockdown, don't leave the monastery, no newspaper, no radio, no phones.
Good.
Completely keeping the schedule with no days off.
No cell phones. Good.
No cell
Thich Nhat Hanh would be pleased. Very good.
It's intense. It's intense. A really great living Zen tradition.
That's tremendous.
And I've seen a lot
and also a lot of nuns too, right? Strong
nuns. A lot of nuns. Nuns have complete, you know, autonomy in that way to run their own monasteries their own way without interference. It's an extraordinary tradition.
Right.
A lot of Chinese monks who've come and seen this said this is Tang Dynasty.
Fantastic.
This is the golden age of Zen. These Zen compounds within, with the Vinaya compound and with
within like that.
Within the compound of the temple, the Chongnim. And you see Chinese people coming to Korea and saying, we don't have this in China anymore.
Well, of course.
In fact, I was first ordained at the temple of the 6th Patriarch.
Oh yes, I saw that in your bio. Yes,
and we had to do it secretly because there was no. We could not do any religious. It was done. We shut the Dharma hall and we secretly had this ordination, and the young monks were asking the Westerners, "How do you meditate?" And you just wanted to cry. Here it is, their tradition.
Sure.
And they had,
it's illegal in China. It's illegal to teach religion in any way.
Yeah.
It's you can only go and offer incense as a pretense that they sort of tolerating this superstition that they pretend is going to wither away.
Yeah. Anyway, Dr. Thurman, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure, Sunim. Is that how you were called, Sunim?
That's sort of that's like saying...
What, your nickname, or what is
Hyongak Sunim.
Hyongak?
Hyongak.
So, for example, talking to you, does one say like Hyongak? Like you call me Bob, I say Hyongak?
Sunim.
Oh, Sunim. The Sunim is like a nickname.
Yeah, to any Korean monk.
Oh, I see. Sunim. So you just say Sunim. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So this is their...
Thank you. Kamsahamnida. Or was it? I always forget. Kamsahamnida?
Yes, Kamsahamnida.
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 And...